418. I'm Isaiah.
And I'm Erica, his mama.
Alright, y'all. So for today's video, we're going to be actually talking about the advantages and disadvantages of living at home. Now, this is actually an interesting conversation that I had with a friend of mine that not too long ago we went and saw the movie Black Widow, and we both live at home and everything. And we make a decent amount. Like, I don't want to put his business out there too much, but he makes around like 60 to 80K and everything.
You just put it. Okay.
Well,
nobody knows who.
Yeah, no one knows. Mm-hmm. And anyway, so but he still like lives at home, same as me and everything. And so we had a conversation about. We were talking about, oh yeah, like we were both like, yeah, we don't understand why would we want to like move out. Not in the sense of like like, because yeah, like there are definitely advantages of like getting your own place, like of course the independence and all that, but at the same time for us, what we were talking about was like the fact that like we're saving up money. Like we were talking about, man, we like seeing thousands of dollars in our bank account low key,
sure.
And you know, it's just stress free and everything. So I want to talk to my mom a little bit about that, and we're going to talk about more of that. So mom, like, can you talk about that more?
Yeah, I always thought that it was a strange thing for people to like graduate from college, especially college, and just move right out. And I guess it depends also on your lifestyle, how you want to actually live. But I think traditionally a lot of people have encouraged their children to move out quickly because, yeah, it's cheaper if you don't have an extra person in your house. Bills are cheaper, electricity goes down, and that especially as a man, especially versus young ladies especially, I feel like some people want their sons out of the house quickly to help establish them, set a tone for their lives. But I feel like setting a tone for your life is paying off some of your debt first while you're at home, getting that head start, the ability to save money. I'm glad you and your friend had that discussion, because he seems like he's making a lot of money and he could probably afford to move on his own, have like a 1-bedroom somewhere, apartment, and still have some money. But why do that when you can save all this money? And maybe when you do want to move, it's about buying a house, maybe having a down payment for a house and investments and stuff of that nature. Those are things that I wish I could have done. My life was different. But yeah.
And yeah, like and then we also talked about like how, like, strangely enough, in like other countries and everything, because like, but yeah, anyways, in other countries it's actually normal, like quite normal for children to live with their, like, even adults to live with their parents especially, but it's only in the United States where it's kind of strangely enough, you're like a little bit shamed and everything, like a little bit shamed. It's like, oh, why are you living out? You're supposed to be moving out, like you're supposed to be moving out by 18 or something, or stuff like that. So like you hear that all the time. And then going back with what you were talking about with girls, yeah, like there are girls who do look at that like, oh, you still live at home, you must be like a bum or a scrub or something like that. And that's not always the case, because again, like as you can see, like again, my friend makes a lot of money and everything, and he like lives a good life and everything. It's not like he's like poor or anything. It's just a choice and everything. But again, like I think we're like very much so a society that is very based on like image, in a sense. Like image is important to us, like as far as like social media goes, from Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And it's like, and that goes for relationships too. Like it looks like, wow, you got a boyfriend or a girlfriend that still lives at home, and but it's more acceptable, I think, for girls to do that than it is for guys, strangely enough. And why do you think that is?
Well, I think that comes into play because if you have like a girlfriend or a boyfriend situation, you bringing them back to your parents' house, that context is like, well, you know, in the nature of, well, you're not going to disrespect your parents' home, so what about sex? So and that's why I said all of those things, as far as it depends on your lifestyle, how you actually live, your social activities. Are you dating? I feel like that there are times when it's important to set a tone for your life, of course, And if you are dating, then yeah, it might become important for you to have your own space. I'm not saying for sex, but I'm saying in preparation of might get serious.
Right.
And I want to, eventually have something and show and prove to this person that I can be on my own.
Yeah.
Or just prove to yourself, not even showing and proving to somebody, but prove to yourself that you can actually do what needs to be done as far as taking care of yourself. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. As far as like, I think, yeah, if you do get in a relationship, then yeah, like there would be part of me that would want to move out then. Like be like, okay, I could get my apartment, literally, I could get an apartment. That would be like something I would do too, honestly.
I'm not suggesting you do that, but I'm saying.
Yeah, no, but I was just saying, like, as far as like, I could be in that mindset too, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, but because both me and Dad were living at home with our parents, and I think Dad got his apartment 2 weeks before we got married.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just like, and which was probably better for us. Anyway, I won't go into that conversation, but it was just like the transition was we're moving into this apartment together. So for you, it might look like we're actually investing in a home. I know a lot of people, as soon as they get married, they move into a house because that's what their plan was. It wasn't about paying separate rent, all this stuff. And it depends again how you want to start off your marriage or your life with someone. So
but anyways, yeah, but I will say this also too, like, yeah, like living at home has like allowed me to be like, has blessed me in different ways as far as like just where I want to put my money, as far as, or like how I want to like essentially live my life. Like I can hang out with my friends, I could go to this place, that place, and everything, not worry too much about like rent and utilities and like different things like that. And like literally like I can focus on my student loans. I could invest in different stocks like Bitcoin, all those different things, which is great, honestly. Like, and I'm able to learn more and everything. And then I will also add this to that, like, if you are living at home, you shouldn't also be taking advantage of the people that you are living at home with. For me, like, even though yes, I am living at home, but I make sure not to take advantage too much of my family and everything, because again, this is because I want to, as much as I want to make sure I'm contributing in some form or fashion as well. Like, just because like I don't want to be freeloading or just like that. No, because I try to help out any ways I can, whether that be chores or whether it be taking care of parents or dog, and then occasionally getting groceries, like different little things, just because I'm able to do that and I can contribute and do a little bit more and not just be like, okay, yeah, I'm just staying, this is just my place to stay. No, like, so I think like also too, that's a disadvantage as far as like that goes. Like too, like I've seen situations where people are kind of taking advantage of the people that they're living with or their parents essentially, and not really like looking to contribute or grow. And I think that's why my mom and dad are very understanding of me, just because they know that like I'm not only trying to contribute to the household, but I'm also trying to grow as well, like grow into a better man and everything, whether that be in finances or like all that. But they know that I'm not trying to stay at the same place and everything. I'm trying to elevate like general.
Now we ain't letting you just stay here rent free and you not working. That's not the case. So I think, you know, as a young adult, you're growing up, you know, so I feel like you're very responsible with your money. Yeah, you might, I don't think that we were like, Isaiah, what time are you coming home? I feel like you've been respectful to the house and everything. So it's been good for me because I don't worry too much about you being on your own and if you have enough food to eat and all that stuff. So it's, as your parent, it's important for me to give you this good head start. I feel like it's a head start that, yeah, pay off as much as your student loan before you start accruing all these other bills and having all these other responsibilities and everything. So I feel like that's a privilege for me to be able to do that for you, to allow you to still be here and not just kick you out because you have a degree now.
I have a degree, I have a good job, it's like here.
You're getting paid well and you have a good, you know, degree and all that stuff, but there are other things that I feel like you can be set up for life if you stay home a little bit longer. Not that you have to, you know, you can have that experience of getting out there and having your own stuff, but it's a little bit more challenging to do that. But
yeah, y'all just, I think, yeah, for you to, like, you and Dad, like, again, like, yeah, there have been times where I want to go, but then y'all are like, y'all make sure, like, yo, you don't have to rush this again. Like, we want you, it's like y'all want me to stay here because, again, y'all know that I'm growing and I'm trying to elevate, and y'all want to see that for me. Y'all want to make that elevation as easy as possible and everything. So
just because we had to struggle in some ways, that doesn't mean you should have to.
Right.
That's not my mentality. I think sometimes people are like, well, I had to struggle, that's good for them. No, that is fucking help. That's not the good mentality. I'm not trying to judge people if that's how you feel, but I just feel like if I have the means and we're able, it's not like you living here is like depleting our funds and we are suffering because Isaiah's living here with us. So that's not the case. And I would rather you have the better head start and not let you struggle and by requiring you to get out of our house quickly. It doesn't make sense to me, but yeah, all of you are free to be home. I don't know about your siblings because again, it's about lifestyle. I feel like if you want to be, you know, Shanice is a social butterfly. She likes having friends over. I don't mind her friends coming over. But as she grows and gets older, she might want her own space because she might want to, you know, be able to not have her parents around for whatever reason. Isaac already talks about when he comes back from Penn State, he might be living downtown or something. But we'll see once his student loans kick in.
Well, anyways, y'all, that's the end of this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell us your thoughts on this. Like, are there more disadvantages than advantages, or are there more advantages and disadvantages of living at home? Please let us know. And that's the end of this video. We'll see y'all next time. Bye.